Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to go over our daily technical analysis update of oil and natural gas. Some of my favorite sectors. I'll give you my opinion here. It's just my financial opinion, and we'll jump right into it. So today I've got light crude oil futures behind me. What I am seeing, it's we're just coming to where the buyers equal the sellers. That's why the opening and closing prices are so small and how we're getting very small up or down days. I don't see any favorable direction at this moment. So I'm going to say that the momentum is to the upside, but we're getting small candlesticks both on the buyer and seller side. What I usually see is you get kind of a first big move higher. So first, third, and then this could be like a fifth that's getting a little bit tired because what we're seeing is the movements get smaller as we go up, and the buyers are starting to equal the sellers. We could get to a turning point here. We could also trade on one big update with a wick that comes up and touches this line here. Something like these little wicks at the top there, the wicks at the top there. But I think we're coming up into some pressure up there, selling pressure. But again, I'm not selling anything. I'm remaining long. I'm not doing anything with my shares. Natural gas, we've got this cold weather coming up. It is boosting it to the upside. It's looking quite strong for natural gas. We were up about 14% on the day-to-day. A little bit of wick at the top. But, again, I'm not doing anything with my shares. I'm just holding on. XOP is continuing to move up a little bit. We are coming up into some resistance areas. And if I were to kind of back out, let me back out. Oops, back out here. We have broken to the downtrend to the upside. So I'm holding on. If I didn't own it, I would buy it and just hold on. So I mean, we've broken the downtrend line. It looks very good. SM Energy, most of these are probably going to be very similar to XOP. We had a small little update today. We still have the big, large buying pressure from yesterday. If we get strong oil prices, I think this will continue higher. CDAV's getting a little bit of a down, small down day today, down 2%. CDEV, we call this a bloody nose. It's a big candlestick. We call that the body of the candlestick because it's a big body with a little bloody nose that you got hit in the face. Usually it's a continuation pattern to the upside. Crew Energy, which is more of a natural gas company, it looks really strong here, moving up 5.19. I think this chart looks absolutely excellent, guys. It looks absolutely great. It's a broken downtrend line. We've got the big up days and big up months, small down months, and it's stair-stepping higher. It looks really good. CPE, Callon Petroleum. Yeah, we're moving on up. It looks good. Big buying pressure, small selling pressure. Athabasca Oil looks good. Big volumes. Hopefully we can get a move to the upside. That still looks okay. Recaf. This is the small exploration company. It's only $1 billion in market cap, but they gotta have a whole bunch of oil. It still looks okay. We're still holding on here. Looks like, let me zoom out here. Let me try a little something, guys. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. So we're getting some support through here. I feel like this is just coming to a point where something's going to explode. And this guy here, you can draw it through here. So we've kind of broken through this. We kind of broke out here. We're coming back to this long-term support line here. And I'm looking for a move, hopefully sometime soon, where we break to the upside. The buyers and sellers it's just been moving sideways. Let me grab this line real quick. It's like right there. Looking at NOG, getting a little bit of NOG here. This is NOG, Northern Oil and Gas. Yeah, it's probably like there. It looks like we're trying to break to the upside of that. This could be such a big move. Guys, this chart is massive. Absolutely massive. And hopefully we can break to the upside here and keep the momentum going. Crescent point, this still looks really good. I mean, this is a bullish engulfing. Yeah, it might go a little bit sideways with this resistance up there. We're getting a little bit of stickiness up there as we're trying to go higher. I'm just trying to look to the left side. Sometimes when you run into like this section's going to be sticky there. See that? So the stickiness is coming from all these long other lows all in here. And we're coming up and trying to break through it. Once we break through it, I think we're going to see another big move. It may take a little bit of time, though. It's sticky icky. Grand Tier Energy looks like it's moving up 6.25%, looking quite good. It's strong. Tellurian struggling a little bit. I was looking at some stuff here on Tellurian. Let me try to kind of draw this thing here. And then if we can zoom in here, we might have kind of another, line coming through something like this. Maybe if we can break through this resistance line, we'll get a little bit of a launch. And then let me go in here. I'm just going to throw in another line, kind of a big kind of squaring up pattern here. We could come all the way back down to $1, guys. I mean, it's possible. If that happens, I would be another buyer again. I'm not stating that that's what's going to happen. It could hug this top line here and then break to the upside as well. LNG is going to be needed in the future here. So we broke to the downside, little bearish kind of type pattern. Could head a little bit lower. Again, I would be a buyer probably sometime soon if we can get a turnaround here. Pedevco, PED, small update, mainly just moving sideways. No new information there. Oasis Petroleum looks like we're breaking to the upside of this pattern. What I'm kind of seeing here is if I were to draw this through here, where this isn't a closing price. I cut this off because the closing price is here. So you put this in there and it's breaking and closing to a new high. So that looks really good. That's my kid yelling, what the heck? CRK, Comstock, up 7%. Again, this is a retest down here. I think it looks really good. And this is a very heavy natural gas company. Now, we could stay down here for a little bit. We could go winter. We could pull back up and then come back down over the summer. And then next winter, I think we're off to the races, guys. SD, Sandridge Energy, another one. We're back within the pattern. Good job for SD. We're kind of in this resistance support line. So we'll see where that goes. So that's looking a little bit better. Our Ring Energy is looking good. A little bloody nose there. I think this is going to continue to move on up. Good support underneath it here. And we're kind of having higher lows step up. So that looks good. Trillion Energy moving sideways. Don't really have much to say there. Surge Energy continuing to move on up. Getting a little bit of selling pressure up here. That's what all these red candlesticks are. Tamarack. Ooh, Tamarack Valley Energy. Way to smoke this thing. This thing looks really good. It's starting to move up quite fast, like vertical style. But this is a breakout. This is a definite breakout. Tamarack Valley Energy looks, I would say, excellent for a move higher. Notice that you had these big, large sell-off candles months. These are months. And then we went into all green days with small down days. I like the way this looks on the right-hand side. The volume's killing it, too. Looking at the oil energy service companies, OIH. Ooh, OIH looks really good to move to the upside on the monthlies. But we've broken to the upside, so that looks good. It's got a little bloody nose. Nothing to worry about. TTI, it's a pattern that's just... It's coiling up, guys. It's coiling up, and even a larger pattern on top of that. Rig just had a little bloody nose. That's what this little small down day is there. Little bloody nose. Nothing to worry about. It's a continuation pattern. Cedro looks fine. Well, this isn't their ticker symbol. I think they got maybe a new ticker symbol, maybe. Pump, which is ProPetra Holdings, a little bloody nose. It's going to continue probably higher. EXTN's looking like it's coming on to some resistance. Or no, we're above that. Sorry, guys. Let me back out here. Ugh. Yeah, it's a definite break. Looks good on the monthlies. Zooming out for Valaris Limited. Let me zoom in, actually. Let's go to the dailies. A little bit of a selling pressure day today. Could come back a little bit on the very short term. MMA offshore is looking good. A little bit of selling pressure with the wick at the top. But I know we're coming up to some resistance here on the long term. And that's what we hit. We hit that resistance line. And we're hitting our head on it. It's a little bit of resistance. It's fine. We might pause a little bit. We'll see what the buyers do if we can punch through it. But we're hitting our head right on the resistance right now. This is gonna be an excellent setup, guys. This is gonna probably go up quite a bit once it breaks. Tidewater, we got the rocket pattern. It's got a bloody nose right now. It's leaking some blood. It came up quite dramatically. You'll probably see this thing kind of slowly come back, and then we'll have another move higher eventually. NEX, a little bloody nose as well. So it's still looking okay. CHX, again, a bloody nose. Cactus, a little bit more selling pressure there. I could pull back a little bit. It's not a reversal candlestick, though. OAI, Oceaneering International, just a bloody nose there. Noble Energy, I'm kind of just burning through these guys. Maybe a little bit of a downside thing. It's not a big deal, guys. These all look excellent to continue higher. A little bloody nose again for Helix Energy. But all these look absolutely excellent. I'm a huge bull on the energy service companies and the oil companies. They all look really good. What I'm doing is I'm just holding on. I loaded up an OIH, XOP. I own some of the individual energy service companies, and I own all the exploration production companies. All the ones that I've gone over here, I own a lot in. My overweight companies are SM Energy, CDEV. Those two I'm overweight. I've got good stakes in, if I can even think of them. Oh, Crew Energy, I'm overweight that. Athabasca Oil and Sandridge. I own a lot in. There's some other ones I don't even go over. Birchcliff I own. AAVVF, I own that one. Some of these Canadian ones I own. I just don't really talk about them. I created new positions in some of these other ones like Pedevco and Tamarack and Surge a little while back. So I've started going over those as well. But and the energy service companies, I own a lot of those as well. I think they're all excellent holds, guys. What's coming up is going to be big. There's no point of trading in and out. And I've established positions, and I'm ready to ride this stuff higher. So hopefully you've done the same. Hopefully you're riding it higher. I still think in the very short term, though, uranium is probably a better bet than these. These have had a pretty good run. The energy service companies are still quite low. Well, they all look excellent. I'll say that. You could still get massive moves out of oil if the oil price breaks out of the megaphone pattern. That megaphone pattern. We break to the upside of that. I mean, we could be. It's going to look excellent. The charts do look excellent on a candlestick basis. They still look like the buyers are in control. So we could still move on up dramatically. So what I do is the day-to-day movements, I'm kind of just like, it's okay. Whatever it is, it's okay. Even if we pull back, what else am I going to do? If this pulls back and we pull back to whatever a little bit, I'm not going to do anything. There's nothing better out there that I would buy. So I'm just continuing to add in when things are down. And right now what's down is uranium. So I've been adding into uranium and I've kind of just letting these kind of ride. I already made my positions in the energy service companies, so I'm just kind of letting those ride, and I'm starting to continue in the uranium sector. The uranium sector, on a valuation basis, is cheaper than oil right now. Natural gas next winter, I think, will be absolutely volatile, and I think we're going to see a big move. It's going to be bad for those who have to buy natural gas and heat their house and stuff, but it seems like the imbalances are manifesting themselves in natural gas and oil, and a competitor to natural gas, and I think this is going to be a long-term problem, is uranium. So uranium could be baseload power. depending on how the populations and governments receive uranium. Or I should say nuclear. Nuclear power is uranium. I use them interchangeably. So I'm hoping that we've got these companies will ride it higher here. And I think this next summer for oil is going to do incredibly well. Next winter for natural gas, even this winter, natural gas still has a lot of go juice in it. But next winter, man, it's going to be a fun ride. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.